You guys hear that? My God. You hear that super loud bird? So I waited to do this live. I was gonna do it like 3 hours ago in the cool of the morning, but I had people out here working in the street, okay? Utility workers working on the water mains, and it was so loud. So now I come out here and I want to sit outside, right? I'm sitting in the car and I'm leaving the doors open because the battery's dead on my car. They're coming to pick it up sometime this week. So I can't run the AC. Wanting to leave the door open, right? But now that I get out here, I'm sitting under a tree with these super loud birds. Do you hear them? And they're precious. Don't get me wrong. I love my birds. I love birds. That just sounds so beautiful to me. But these birds sound super loud, like seriously loud. And I don't even know what kind of birds they are. It sounds like several of them up in the tree. So hello, everyone. Come on in here. Come on in here. I figured I would hop on and do another live today while I have a chance, because several people tuned into the one I did yesterday. It got quite a few views, and it was a long one. It was about 2 hours, and I was discussing, everybody seems to be doing this now, so I figured I would hop on and talk about mine. I was discussing my path to 1,000 subscribers, which I didn't even mention it in the live yesterday, but I think now they've changed it, right? Now you don't even have to have 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, do you? I think it's 500 now. If I'm not mistaken, they've changed it. I heard about, and I'm just like, oh, we all had to work so hard to get to 1,000, and now they've dropped it down. I think it's 500 now that you can actually get monetized, or at least qualify for certain things like stickers, or I don't know. They have their certain rules. I'd have to research that again. Did they drop the watch hours down too? Because it used to be you had to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watch time to be eligible for the YouTube Partner Program and to get monetization. And for all those other modules to open up, you had to meet certain criteria to be able to live stream, to be able to post in the community tabs. And they changed this stuff. I think they have really lowered it down now to where you only need 500 subscribers to have access to most of that stuff. And I'm unsure about the watch hours. You might still have to have 4K watch hours, but they may have lowered that too. Let me get my glasses and see. Anybody here? See if anybody knows. I will look that up later. So in a minute here in this stream, I'm going to get into talking about, I'm going to recap yesterday a little bit. And then in this live, I'm going to talk about what I didn't get to talk about in the stream yesterday because it got too long. Let me put this phone down. I'm tired of holding it. I've got it on a little stand. And yeah, I'm all dressed up today in fall colors. I thought I would make it fun. Okay, so I guess now that I've gotten started with my live, the guys I was talking about, why I didn't come out here earlier and start my live, I guess they're back. Y'all hear that? I hope not. I hope they leave. I may have to pick up everything and move now that I've already started my live. Oh, that sucks. But anyway, in this one, I didn't get to that part yesterday, talking about fair use, green screen, fair use, and where so many of us get confused. I see it all the time in comment sections, you guys, on videos where people are discussing where people are discussing, people are putting out YouTube videos about, you know, how to do this and how to do that, how to repurpose content, how to grow your channel faster, how to get to 1,000 subs faster, how to get monetized in 30 days, you know, those types of videos. Okay. And I see it in comment sections all the time where people don't seem to know as much about fair use. They don't really, you know, seem to be as informed on what is legal and what isn't when it comes to borrowing content, repurposing and reposting content, using other people's content, clips, and whatnot in your own content. I see it constantly in different comment sections where people make statements and comments where it indicates to me that they don't really know or that they're confused. And even me, it's taken me at least 2 or 3 years of, you know, watching videos about it, researching, reading, and really getting it in my brain. What is fair use? What can I do as far as borrowing other people's content? What is legal? And so on and so forth. So we're going to get into that here in just a little bit, okay? I see people complaining about green screen all the time. People, you know, just oh, what else is going to make noise while I'm trying to do a live, y'all? Anyway, we've got some stuff to get into today, okay? And I've been around YouTube for long enough now that I know a lot more than I did in the beginning, okay? And, you know, I'm going to make sure that I do thorough research before I do or use anything in my videos. And so I try to turn around and spin that right back out, what I do know. And I don't do videos. I won't talk about it if I don't know about it. You know, that's what I'm saying. But first, before I get into that, I'm going to recap a little bit of what we talked about yesterday in that live stream because it got long. It was about 2 hours long. But I started from beginning to end about my journey. They're calling it journey now, about my experience here on YouTube, where it all began. And I'm talking about, it was almost kind of like story time. I took you guys way back before MySpace. Okay, it got kind of nostalgic. We went way back before MySpace and talked about how things are a process. Things always start somewhere as a seed, and we work our way up to things. So yes, we did that yesterday in the live. I talked about how I built up, you know, MySpace, Facebook, got comfortable on camera, started the channel. I talked about what was going on, working my way to the 1,000 subscribers. Back then we needed 1,000. I think now it's 500. Let me see. I've got some people here. Hello. Hey. Oh, Juan Carlos Hernandez. Hello, Juan Carlos. Believe it or not, I'm sorry, but that's my dog's name. My dog's name is Booker Hector Juan Carlos Esteban Valentin. Yep. So, come on in here. We're going to kick it. We're going to talk about it like we did yesterday. But, you know, I thought I would get back on, and I didn't want to leave it where I left it in the live stream yesterday because I did not get to talk about this green screen thing and the fair use thing and what I now know. Okay. It is such a learning process here on YouTube. Oh my God. It really is. But I've had my channel going on 4 years now, and I've learned every step of the way. Oh, hello. And you know what? Before we get into the green screen and the fair use and all that, I was thinking about how long my live got yesterday. And I was thinking about long YouTube videos in general. And how a lot of times creators can't fit everything in the title, right? And I've noticed that I usually find the gold. I usually find the best information in the middle of people's videos. Like these channels that do really long videos where they're having a long talk, like Sloan Bella, for instance. I bring her up a lot because I'm a huge fan. I love her work, her channel. Her lives tend to be long. I found her during the pandemic. And it really was just like putting on the voice of a friend, and she was always there. I could always count on her to be doing a live, and I would just put her on, and I would go clean the house or do whatever I needed to do. And it was like listening to a friend. And she would get started for the first 40 minutes or so to an hour, even just yik-yakking, saying whatever she wanted to say, talking about what was going on in her life, answering comments and talking to people. And then that second hour, that's where she would get into the meat of the topic or whatever her title was. And sometimes, and she's a fantastic teacher, she's very knowledgeable about astrology and the occult and the spirit world, and she's a psychic medium, and she just knows a lot of shit, okay? And she had a really rough upbringing. She had, I relate to Sloan in a lot of ways, okay? And the thing is, not only is it in the middle where she starts getting to the meat and the topic that she might have listed in the title, but other stuff, other information comes out of her that's just golden. And that is always usually in the second hour of her video. It's like way down in the middle somewhere. So if you just listen to that first part of a lot of folks' videos and you just be like, oh, that's all it is, click, I'm going to click off. Or you don't, where you actually find the gold with a lot of videos and a lot of very valuable knowledge and insight is later on in their video if you just let it play. Or if you just have to be impatient and you're in a hurry or whatever, at least scan through the video. If it's a topic you're interested in, at least scan through there somewhere towards the middle and see, because oftentimes that is where the gold is. That is where the best information is. A lot of times people need time to warm up. They'll start off their lives or their videos, if they haven't set it up in presentation format. Like Sloan does that all the time, and I'm a lot like that. That works best for me. Just to open the camera up and kind of warm myself up for the first 15, 20 minutes, even 30 minutes. Just talking about whatnot. And then I start getting into that flow zone where the meat of the topic and a lot of insight and wisdom and knowledge is just going to start flowing from me. But I kind of have to warm myself up first. Does that make sense? And I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I just find that people these days, guys, admit it. I admit it. We are impatient. Human beings are impatient. We're in a hurry. We're busy. I get it. And a lot of times we just don't have time to really sit and listen to get the knowledge that we need. Okay? But sometimes that's why we also miss out on a lot of gold, a lot of valuable knowledge, because we're so in a hurry and our attention spans are so short and we want to see the next flashy thing. We don't have freaking patience. But really, when it comes to running a YouTube channel and continuing to learn and grow and work at it and not give up and be successful, it requires patience. And it requires that you take in knowledge and that you be willing to take in knowledge. You be willing to do research and listen. Okay. But anyway, I find I have a hard time. I've always had a hard time doing videos under an hour. I hear people complaining because, okay, they are a new YouTube update coming up October 15th, I think, is having shorts, y'all. That's right. We're going from, I think it was 60 seconds was the cutoff, and anything above 1 minute, 60 seconds was considered long form. Well, that is like, oh, so hard. It's always been so hard for me to cram any valuable information or anything into 60 seconds. And there's people out there that are complaining. They're like, oh my God, long form, because I have trouble doing a video over 2 or 3 minutes. To me, that is considered a short. I mean, I can barely say anything in 2 minutes. I can't, my videos are usually at least an hour. And so I don't really know what I think about it, y'all, but this is happening. And anything above 3 minutes, anything under 3 minutes now, up to 3 minutes is going to be considered a short form video. And therefore it will be short pay. So that's coming up October 15th. And I don't know what I think about that. Like I say, most of my videos, I need time. I need at least 30 minutes to an hour to convey what I want to convey, to make my points. And then I'll do little short clips. Basically, those are just little for people that have short attention spans. And it's just, sometimes I'll try something that's trending, or it's to drive traffic to my long form videos. Because shorts don't pay that much unless you're up in the millions of views. So for driving traffic to longer form videos, I'll give them a taste of what's in my long form in a short. I will link it to the long form. And really, that's all I use shorts for, just to kind of have fun every now and then, do a trend or a repost, the green screen stuff. We're going to get into that. What makes it ours? What makes it not plagiarizing? What makes it not stealing? But that's really what I use shorts for. So I don't know what I think about having 3 whole minutes now for shorts. And it being, I don't know. It's really not going to change much for me because my long form videos are always really long. I don't know. I guess we'll see October 15th and see what it's like. But I'll probably keep, since I'm used to doing 60-second shorts, I'll probably keep it to that. I've been doing 30 to 60 shorts. And that's probably what I'll keep doing. Just for those people that want that have short attention spans and they just want to watch something, because I feel like 3-minute shorts, I don't know if how that's gonna be, because people watch shorts because they, that's what they're in the mood for when they're scrolling. It's like, as a viewer, if I want to watch long form, or I'm ready and in the mood for a long form video, then I'll go find the long form and put it on. And I don't do shorts while I'm working or driving or whatever, working in the house, because I want to hear something that's longer that I don't have to worry about interruption or finding another video. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know how that 3-minute short thing is going to work out, because if I wanted to stay on something for 3 whole minutes, like if I'm in the mood to watch shorts, I'm not going to want to watch it for 3 whole minutes. I'm going to be ready to move on to something else. So I don't know about that, y'all, but that's going to happen too. Let me see. I see some comments popping up here. Hi, Sean. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like my hair. I need to have it done again. Oh my God. Can we be loyal friends? It's funny that you bring that up, Sean, because I've been going through really tough times lately. Toes. I can't believe you brought that up. And so my sister actually treated me to a pedicure. a few days ago, and I think I've only had one in my lifetime, like a professional pedicure. I usually do my feet myself. Since you want to talk about feet, I can talk about feet. Um, and it just so happens, if this had been 3 days ago, I would have never ever even considered showing my feet. But typically, but since my sister took me for a pedicure the other day, and oh my God, was it lovely. This place that she took me to, and then we're going to go ahead and, then we're going to go ahead and get into the fair use topic, you guys. I know my little ribbon is crazy, isn't it? But I thought I would perk myself up and cheer myself up today and do something fun, wear some fun colors, and then I'm all in Halloween colors, you guys. I'll show you. I've got on orange Halloween pants, purple shirt, and I've got the toes, and I chose, just so happens that I chose a fall color when she treated me to the pedicure. But typically, I've always taken care of my own feet, you know? I mean, my own pumice and my own clipping and my own painting. And it isn't a professional job, but I can make my own toes look really nice anyway. And then I kind of just, didn't do anything to them for a while. And my sister's like, because I've been between jobs and things have been really tough for me lately. And she's like, girl, I'm going to come. My sister's an angel. I just love her so much. She's had her own fair share of struggles in life, and she's one of the most pure souls, and she's had to overcome so much pain and so much loss and so much struggle, and she's just an angel. She's like my best friend. And she's like, girl, I'm going to treat you to a pedicure. It's like, really? You don't have to do that. You don't have to spend money on me. I can do my own toes. I'm humble that way. And she took me to this place, y'all. And there were men and women working there, okay? She had a young dude doing her feet, and I had a chick. Oh, my God. For those who get pedicures, they soak your little feet in the little warm water, and they do the pumice and the scrubbing and all that good stuff. But on top of that, y'all, and they put lavender oil in the water, and it was just so nice. And they clip your toenails and, polish them up real nice. But the best part of it, y'all, seriously, maybe all pedicure shops have this now. I don't know, because I don't typically frequent them. But I think I've only had one other pedicure in my whole life that a friend treated me to, probably 15 years back. That's how long it's been since I've had a professional pedicure. Anyway, they didn't have these types of chairs. This nail salon where we went and got our pedicures, they had these huge chairs, y'all, where you just sit back, and it had this whole dial switchboard on it of buttons, and you could fix that chair the whole hour. It took them like an hour at least to do our toes and our whole pedicure and the feet rub and whatever they do. And the whole time you're sitting there, y'all, this is a massage chair, and you can fix it to do whatever you want it to do, whether it's kneading up in your back, whether it's tapping on your back, your neck, your upper back, your lower back, your arms. It was the most fantastic thing I have ever experienced. So not only are you getting a nice pedicure and foot soak, but you're also getting a back massage the whole time you're in there. It was well worth the $35 that she paid for both each of our pedicures plus tip. $35. That's I mean, I don't have that kind of money to spend on pedicure right now, but to me, on the scale of things, for everything they included, it was cheap. That was cheap. They deserved a fat ass tip. So Sean, 80s, yes. I'm so glad you said that, Jose. Yes. Yes, baby, yes. I'm an 80s girl. Ooh, I shouldn't be giving away my age. What year do y'all think I was born? Yes, I am an 80s kid. Absolutely. And I've always been this way. I've always loved to wear my bows and my earrings. And um, that's why another reason why I've always loved Selena so much and always been so inspired by her. Because Selena's really wasn't that much older than me. She was a little older than me. But I grew up in the same era as Selena. I grew up loving Jody Watley too. I grew up loving, fashion and earrings and all that stuff from the 80s. Yep, yep. There's something about the 80s that just makes people happy. It just makes you feel good. And so, yeah, I decided I would do the little 80s color shadow today and that I would do the earrings and the little bow. Thank you for noticing that, Jose. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. I don't know what to do about the blurs. Has it been blurry the whole time? Man, I hope not. See, that's one thing that you don't know when you're doing live. It looks clear to you. Like right now, I'm looking at this screen. It looks completely clear. But when I go back and rewatch my live like I did yesterday, yes, there were blurry spots all through. And I was like, oh my God, stop that. Stop it. Straighten it out. And I don't know how to make that not happen. I'm so sorry that it's blurry, you guys. But, I've only got one spot right now I can set my camera. I'm sorry. Hopefully it won't be that way throughout the whole live. But anyway, so the toes. Let me get out so I can just go ahead and show y'all. Because I did get them pedicured and they look nice. Okay. I don't want to drop the phone. Okay, there they are. Can you see them? Are they blurry? I know that's a weird thing to do in a live. They look nice, huh? Just freshly pedicured and colored for fall. Oh, well. I hope y'all were able to see them. I tried. I don't know if it blurred out on y'all or not. Typically, I would never do that, but I just so happened to, have just gotten a fresh pedicure, and I was kind of excited about it, so. I'm sure people are like, oh, what the hell is this? Bobby? Is it Bobby or Blobby? Bobby? Black? I know, you said that yesterday. That sucks. Did that really happen? High school is awful. It's a tough place. Oh, you like the pedicure story, Sean? Thanks. 79. Makes me think of Gangsta Boo, my girl. I love Lola Mitchell, Gangsta Boo. Who's a 666 Mafia fan? My music taste is all over the map. But I'm a massive 666 Mafia fan. I'm from the South, not far from Memphis. And I love the rap that comes out of Memphis. I love Southern rappers. And Lola Mitchell, Gangsta Boo, was part of 666 Mafia. Anyway, August 779 was the day I arrived. Yeah, that's Gangsta Boo. No, close. But you're close. Not 1979. You're very close. If I could show the tattoo on my back, y'all would probably guess it. Yeah, but nobody can see it from there. This tattoo on my back, it's a dragon. One day I'll wear a tank top on the live and show it. It's the dragon. It's the same tribal dragon that Damien Eccles has wrapped around his arm. It was inspired by his. Year of the Dragon is my birth year. Just like Bruce Lee. A Virgo. And born in the year of the dragon. Yeah. 1976. Yep. Which puts me at 48 years old, man. I'm approaching 50. So it is. So yeah, that puts me right in that era. I was a kid in the 80s, and I was becoming a teenager in 89, 90. I turned 13 in 1990. And so I grew up in the heart of all that music and all that fashion. And even when I was a little kid in the early 80s, I looked up to all the teenagers of that era and all the fashion models of that era and all the singers. And oh man, I could sit here and go on and on with y'all and just have a big 80s fest, okay? Because I'm a huge 80s person. All right, so we're going to get into the heart of this conversation because I need to give you guys some information and some inspiration and some value, and I intend to, but I just thought I would kick it with y'all a minute, get more and more comfortable with the live streaming and talking to folks. I know, Sean, I love Selena. I'm sorry. It's just so funny how you said that. Somebody said, show your toes. I did. But I'm not a feet girl, okay? I don't do that. I mean, that's not what this channel is. I don't want people to get the wrong impression. I know people do that, but no. But I don't have a problem showing my feet. Feet are feet. But it's just so funny when you live stream. One of the funniest things about it is the random comments that pop up. The funny shit people say. And I was looking at my live yesterday. I was reviewing it, and I couldn't find all the comments from the live chat. You know, because like your video, you can keep it forever. It'll be on your YouTube, but it's the comments. You have to click a different area to see what everybody said while it was live. And then it'll just be on your page, and people can make new comments where it's just like a normal video. I couldn't find the live chat from yesterday. I don't know what happened to it or what the hell, but anyway. So to finish recapping what we talked about in yesterday's live, y'all catch that live from yesterday. It's entitled My Journey to Getting 1,000 Subs and My Path and all that entailed and what I had to do and you know what I learned along the way and what really gave me a boost. I'm sitting at 2,200 subscribers right now, I think. You know, which that isn't bad. I'm still a small channel, but I'm still learning and growing, and I'm proud of what I have. And I have a lot of different material on my page. I don't really have a specific niche. I talked about all that in the live yesterday. And so we got to a point in the end where I just needed to cut it off, and I didn't get to talking about green screen and fair use. You know, and there's some things that people just don't understand. Damn it, where's my lip gloss? But yeah, I think it's fun to dress up. It makes me feel good because, and people, there they go. There they go with the noise. Right when I'm about to get into the main part of this, maybe they'll cut it off. Okay, guys, in the video yesterday, I referenced a couple of other content creators, okay? And I told you the value that I got out of their video and how it inspired me and what I learned. And that's kind of an example. I swear to God, I'm going to have to pick this shit up and move. This is what makes my streams so long. Anyway, I told y'all that I would go back to that live and link those videos in the description box. I did that. I'll also do it in this live in the description. If you want to go back, if you get in on this live late, if you run across it later on. But the girl, I brought up a couple of videos in my live yesterday. One of them was my own video about Selena. I do videos about Selena periodically. I'm not necessarily just a Selena channel, but I did one this time about her earring collection. She had fantastic earrings and jewelry and just, And so it's a 6-minute video, which is unheard of for me. My long form videos are usually at least 30 minutes. So it's not a very long video, but I just put up a new Selena video. I was talking about it in the live yesterday. And so I put a link to that in the description box in the other live. And I referenced a creator that I ran across, called Shantae Waite. And she's not a particularly large channel. Looked to me like she had about 1,500 subs. And you know, a lot of times we run across small channels and we'll look at their subscriber count and we'll kind of blow them off. Like, oh, well, what do they know? They don't have that many subs, yada, yada, yada. But you never know. You never know how long a person has actually been on YouTube, how long they've been doing research, how long they've been studying and working on their content creation. Just because they have a low subscriber count, that doesn't always mean everything, okay? There could be immense value in some of their videos or the knowledge and wisdom that they have. So you got to think outside the box. Sometimes shit other people skip over because they don't have the patience, or they have a short attention span, or they just assume. They're missing out on valuable wisdom, knowledge, and insight that if they had just calmed down a little bit, thought about it maybe from a different perspective, give things a chance, check things out that are outside your norm, outside the box. So anyway, her name is Shantae Waite. I'm going to have to move because I'm tired. I don't want to have to yell over these construction workers, y'all. That sucks. Sorry. Fuckers. This always happens to me. That's why I'm just going to keep doing it even more. When life wants to get in your way and cause distractions like that, you better don't let it get you, because it got to me before. It made me totally stop for a while. That's what it'll do. But you can't let it. You just have to keep trying. Shut you down and put distractions in your way. Find another way. Find a way around it, and by God, do what it is you're trying to do, and don't let shit stop you. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this damn. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I had to move away. Yeah, they're working on the street again, so I'm moving around back. It's not. So I'm going to grab this chair. And I'll be set back up in just a second, you guys. Just hang with me here. See my marigolds? Oh no, they're dying. I love my marigolds. Flor de Muerto. Flor de Muerte. Flowers of the dead. Okay, I'm getting there, y'all. It's a wasp. Damn it. I swear to God, I have more trouble on my live streams. Have y'all ever in your life run across a live stream where a person was so troubled, where they had so much trouble? Okay. Plus, my battery doesn't have much on it, juice on it today, so I'm not going to be able to do one as long as yesterday. Okay. There. That's better. Hell yeah. Okay. Why didn't I think of this before? I should have just done this. I should have just gotten me a nice, comfortable chair and come over here instead of being in the car where it's nice and cool, where I can put the camera up like this and I can hear. Hopefully it's not blurry, you guys. All right, where was I? Damn it. Okay, so I was telling you guys about Shantae Waite, and she's just an example. Fucking wasps, man. It's not one thing, it's another. But she's an example of small subscriber count doesn't necessarily mean low value channel. And there's nothing here for me. I'm going to skip over them. They don't know shit. It doesn't always mean that at all. Because I got to looking through her channel, and I'll tell you the name of the video that attracted me was called Why Posting Low Effort Videos Will Blow Your Channel Up. And I wanted to hear what she had to say about, yesterday we kind of touched on this in my live stream, about the confusion on YouTube with creators trying to decide between, well, should we keep it now they're turning up the noise, right? Should we keep it minimal? I'm yelling because I'm afraid y'all can't hear me over this bullshit in the street. I can't believe this shit. But the confusion over should we keep our videos minimal? You know, there's the talk now that, oh, people are tired of Flash. They're tired of over-edited, over-produced, perfection, flashy, stimulation, and they want real, authentic, one-on-one, down-to-earth videos where it feels like they just have a friend in the room. You know, and they're not concerned with all this eye flash and whatnot. Okay. Or, you know, there's that whole thing. People trying to figure out what people want to see. What's more popular now? More minimal videos, or to continue doing, yes, the eye-catching thumbnails, the flashy transitions, the incorporation of different types of media and text, and, you know, giving the viewer something to keep their attention. And so that's basically what her video was about. And how low effort videos can sometimes be very valuable. Okay, because I think that's a thing now, that yes, people do want raw and authentic, and sometimes they do want to feel like a friend is in the room. But the way I see it, what I personally do, here's my deal. I'm not going to advise people either or. Because, in my opinion, I don't think there's any one way. I don't think there is one proven YouTube strategy or one direct way, because what works for one person's channel might not work for you. Or what works for you and blows up for you might not work for somebody else. So I think there's a lot of different ways. And what I do, I do some of both. And I know they teach that the algorithm wants you to do one set thing with one set way, consistently do it that way, so they'll know who to push your content to. And that's all good and fine, and that may be true. But I have a hard time niching down like that. And I do a little bit of all of it. You know, sometimes my videos, I don't bother with thumbnail. I don't bother with editing. I don't do transition. I don't bother with giving the viewer a lot of visual. I just have something to say, and I get on and I say it, and I post that. I have some videos like that. And then I also have some videos where I do spend hours and hours making sure that within that video, my viewer is going to have pretty things to look at. It's going to be aesthetically interesting and pleasing and give the viewer a break from just my face and my voice. I think it's good to do some of both and experiment with what your particular subscribers like, what tends to do well and what doesn't. That's kind of what you have to do. And the thing is, I know they're always teaching, do things a certain set way because you want to attract those people that want that particular content that you're doing. But I just feel like, but what about the other people? It's like, because some people, they might be wanting to just listen. That's the thing. I've had people tell me a lot, oh, I love the long videos that you do. A lot of people like to just put on a playlist and they like to listen to you, to your knowledge, your wisdom, or it keeps them company, right? While they're cleaning, while they're working, while they're driving. But they aren't necessarily coming to your video for the visual effect. They're not even watching it. So therefore, all that hard work would be wasted, right? There are a lot of people, it is true, that aren't going to give a shit about visual effect. They're not caring about what's going on in the video. What they're caring about is hearing what you have to say, that story, that authentic wisdom, that insight, that teaching or knowledge that you have. They get used to your voice. It keeps them company, yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of people that want that kind of content. But at the same time, I'm a really creative person, so I enjoy making thumbnails. I enjoy editing. I enjoy putting photos in it and music in it and that whole process. So I do some of both, you know. And you can do, if you want to do the same exact content for the algorithm, the same topics and same kind of content in your niche, then that's fine too. But you can experiment with changing up the way you present that content. Sometimes minimal, sometimes more flashy. That's what I would do. That's what I do personally. Because there's just so many different people in the world, and you know, I mean, I get it. A lot of YouTube creators are trying to build a specific community around their particular niche, and they are only building, you know, bringing in those types of minds and those people who specifically like that thing, and that's fine too. But that's hard for me. It's always been so hard for me to just buckle down in one specific niche. But anyway, guys, Shantae, C-H-A-N-T. Shantae Wade, I will link her video in the description box. I did it in the other live too. That was the name of her video. Why posting low effort videos will blow up your channel. She only has about 1,500 subscribers. She's got 30 videos. But that video right there that I just listed has over 6,000 views. And I got to looking through her channel, and even though she has a smaller subscriber count, smaller than mine, but some of her videos have lots of views. I wouldn't say viral, like fucking 500,000 or anything, but some of her videos are performing very well. 25,000, 35,000 views. Quite a few of her videos are getting nice amounts of views. And she's a smaller channel. So, and her thumbnails are good. The titles are good. They draw people in. And I gave her a chance. I'm like, I don't know. She's a small channel. I don't know if she's been here long. See what she has to say. Okay. I put her on and I went to clean the kitchen. And after a while, man, I really had to stop because some of the shit she had to say really was valuable and really made sense. And she talked about, part of it, she talked about she talked about 3 value categories. That number 1, whether you're doing low effort, minimal videos or not, 3 value categories that you need to ask yourself. Am I providing at least one out of these 3 value categories to my viewers? What the hell did I do with my glasses? Okay, and I talked about that yesterday in my live stream, and those value categories were education, entertainment, and inspiration. So she kind of got into that and how for each of your videos, kind of ask yourself, am I providing education? Am I providing entertainment somehow? Or am I providing inspiration to my viewers? At least one of those 3 things should be in the content, if not more than one. And she talked about how those don't have to be specific things. When you think of education, entertaining, or inspiration, that could be anything. Entertaining someone could be telling a story, not specifically singing, dancing, acting. It could be telling them a funny story, making them laugh, showing them around your room, what's in your bag. I see videos like this all the time. Educating, same thing. Could be telling a story where you learned something, showing people how to do something, giving them knowledge and wisdom from something you've learned. And inspiration, well, we know what that is. There's many, many ways you can inspire people. So her video, I found that it had a lot of value, a lot of wisdom and insight, and I enjoyed it. And I did subscribe to her channel, even though she is a smaller YouTuber. Yeah, like I said earlier in this live, sometimes there's a lot of value there hiding in the middle, buried within the middle of people's longer videos, or somewhere in that smaller channel that we might skip over. All right, so let's move on to fair use. And then I'm going to go eat lunch because I'm hungry and I'm tired of listening to this damn noise. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably try to do another live stream. I'm going to do it about 7 o'clock in the morning so that I won't be interrupted. Fair use. So, alright, the whole green screen thing. I see a lot of people complaining about that. Me personally, I don't really give a shit. It's none of my business. You know, what people do, what they don't do, what they reshare, and what they don't reshare. But I think that a lot of people are confused. You know, some people aren't even monetized and they don't care. You know, they're not worried about getting thrown out of the partner program or demonetized. But yes, sometimes we do see people using green screen and literally reposting someone else's content with their face on it. And then resharing it on their own channel, right? Okay, yeah, I've even done it. But here's the thing. To me, it's annoying when I see other people will think differently about this. They'll think, well, when I'm watching shorts, there's nothing more annoying than for me to see someone's big old face or all these words or this, that, and the other on top of the video. I can't really see what's going on. I wish they wouldn't do that, but here's why. Flip that around. There's nothing more annoying to me. And I know what the hashtag stop green screen kids. Okay, I know what these people are complaining about. Nothing more annoying to me than when I see a little face. It's about that big. And the rest of it is just video. And this video is playing. All right. The problem with that is that really you're taking someone else's content. You're not providing any value whatsoever of your own. You're not transforming it into a work of your own or using that borrowed material in your own creation, which falls under fair use and is legal. If you were to get complained on for a copyright strike, you would at least have an argument there. You would at least have some legs to stand on. But if you're just taking someone else's short or someone else's content and you're making your face so small down here, barely down in the corner down there where nobody can see it, so basically it looks like on your channel that's your video. When people roll those shorts or long form or whatever it is, they roll it and watch it, and they'll just keep coming back to your channel thinking those are your videos. A lot of times they don't know unless they do the work and follow the links and see where it came from. The problem with that is exactly what I said. That technically could get someone a copyright strike, I would think. Now, I know it's annoying when you run across a short and here's their big old face and you see something going on back here and they do this and they move a little bit so you can see a little bit more, and they put their face in and they move again so you can see a little bit more. But you know what? They're doing that for a reason and they are smart. That's right. You can complain all you want. You can troll their videos all you want. But they know what's up. They have studied and researched and they know that they cannot just take someone else's short and someone else's work and repost it and just let it play just as plain as day in the same form that the original creator made it without changing it somehow. That is stealing, that is plagiarizing, and it's taking copywritten material. It's not legal and it could get you in trouble. Demonetized, video shut down, copyright strikes, whatever. So that is why oftentimes, yes, I can't tell you the people I've seen troll and complain. I wish they wouldn't have that music all over the top of that. I wish they wouldn't have all those words all over the top of that. I wish they wouldn't put their face all in the way. There's a reason. That's why. because they are trying to. I lost. Because they are trying to stay within the legal boundaries. God. Frick off! I'm trying to work here. I'm trying to stream. They are trying to stay within the legal boundaries. I hope this audio isn't poor when I go back and watch this because of that stupid ass truck across the street. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll just have to try again later if it is. But they are trying to stay within the legal boundaries of using other people's content and borrowed content. That's why they're doing all of that annoying stuff, because they have to make it into their own brand new presentation. I don't think people get the psychology of fair use and borrowing material and what's really going on. You know, if we just take, and I didn't know that at first either, so I may have a few shorts where it's just a little piece of my face. Damn bugs. Hold on. I may have a couple of shorts in the early days where it is just my little face in a little way, and I let the rest of that video play, but that's before I knew better. Like I say, YouTube is a constant learning process. You have to apply yourself to continuing to learn. Do more research. Look up other creators. Don't just think, I'm here, I know it all, I'm going to put this out, and you just keep doing the same things without ever taking in new knowledge about being a YouTube creator, because things change here all the time, and it's worth it. It's worth it to have the knowledge, okay? So that you don't end up coming all that way and working hard and then losing it or something like that. But that's what's going on when you see stuff like that. And so I had to learn and grow and realize that, oh, wait a minute. I can't just take somebody else's short that I think is great and I love, or a clip from their long form video. I've done that on a couple of Sloan Bella. And you know what? Those are my highest count shorts. The ones that I clipped. But this is okay. This is what people don't understand. We are not stealing. We are not using copyrighted material in an improper and illegal way when we do it like this. I clipped a couple of Sloan Bella's long forms. There were specific information, a few seconds of it, that I wanted to create. Damn it! Oh. Anybody else hate wasps? Or is it just me? I'm being terrorized by a fucking wasp. God, go away! Oh, don't lock me now. Leave it open. I'm not coming in right now, but I'm sitting right here. We're about to come in. 5 feet out. You keep leaving the bedroom door open. Literally terrorizing me. It won't leave me alone. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm going to have to do a redo on this one. I am so sorry. But that's just giving me 2 new video ideas. I'm actually going to do a solid video on the live stream that I did yesterday when I get some more space on my phone. The only reason I made it live yesterday is because I wanted to cover that topic, but I didn't have any space on my phone to record because I've got so much other content that I'm currently working on putting together. And so I'll probably take both of these lives and everything that I'm talking about, and I will combine it in a brand new long form video discussing these things because they're important things. And they are things that it actually took me a while as a content creator on YouTube to really learn it, to really understand it. Okay. I had to read about it several times. I had to listen to other people talk about it. And I still, to this day, go to other people's content and their podcasts, and I listen to them discuss what is fair use. How do you go about putting together something that is legal, that is still your own creative work coming from you, but also includes borrowed works? It takes time, you guys. It takes effort, research, listening to kind of really get these things down to where you understand them well and then you can implement them into your work. You know what I'm saying? And so the deal is, like for example, yeah, I went to one of Sloan Bella's long form videos. I wanted to borrow just a few seconds for a short. I clipped out the part that I wanted. And what I had to do at that point, I had to basically, that's what fair use is. You're not just hosting, here, check this out, and it's their work. No, you have an idea of your own. For instance, my short idea that I wanted to talk about was referencing the Watts case, the fact that Nicole Kessinger, I thought, not only did she have psychological issues in that perspective, but I thought she was also spiritually influenced, therefore influencing Watts. To make my point, see, this was my own point, my own discussion that I wanted to make into a short. And to back up my own point, I included some work from Sloan Bella's long form video reading on the Watts case. Just a few second part where she was talking about Kessinger and demonic entities. I took that, so I've got Sloan in the background, I've got my face on green screen, and I'm moving in and out like this in that short where you can see her a minute and then you can't. And I also typed out my own thoughts in text and put that in the green screen onto the project in the short. Because this is my presentation, not Sloan Bella's. You get what I'm saying? I'm not just showing you Sloan Bella's work so you can see it free and clear and think that it's mine. And then nobody will go watch her video. You see, this is why creators don't like this. You don't want to make it so easy for them to watch their other people's content that they don't have any reason to go watch the original creator's content. They'll just watch it on your shit. That's not right. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we do. We come up with an idea that's our own damn work, our own point we want to make, our own creative presentation, whatever. And then we find something that will help illustrate our own point to other people. And we borrow a piece of that work legally and put it into our own work. So what we have done is taken that clip of someone else's video and them speaking or whatever it is, and we have transformed it. It is fair use. To fall under fair use, it has to be transformative. It has to add value. Okay? And so that's what we've done. We have taken a little bit of that work and we have transformed it, put it into something that is a brand new presentation all on its own. It's not just, here's their work, check it out. No, that's illegal. And then people wouldn't have any reason to go watch the original creator's work. So what you want them to do is watch your vision. This is my, so that's exactly what that was. with Sloan Bella in the background on green screen talking, and you could see my face really big moving in and out just a little bit, reacting. In order to fall under fair use and not get copyright strikes and not, you don't want to take viewership away from the original creators, of course not. So in order to fall under fair use and all that, yes, you need to either be reacting, you either need to be doing commentary on what they're talking about, adding some kind of value to the material that you just took that you're showing people. And so, of course, I wanted them to see Sloan's face for a minute and hear her talk, but it's not entirely about her video. This is me transforming it. I'm just borrowing a little bit of her video. I want you to see me. I'm reacting. I am making a point here. Read the text in my short. This is my presentation. It's not about Sloan. Now, Sloan's video will be linked here so that you're also getting a taste of her. And if you're interested in her entire video, then you will go watch it. But that's not why you're watching my short. You're watching my short because I have something to say. And I have borrowed some of Sloan Bella's work in order to say it within the legal boundaries and falling under fair use. I have transformed it. I have added value. I have put it into my very own presentation. So that's what that is. For these people that come through being all weird and complaining and why are you doing green screen and that's illegal and you're just stealing. Can't you come up with your own content? That is coming up with your own content. Absolutely. As long as you are making a thoughtful commentary about that work or you're using it within your own brand new work, or you're reacting or commenting or being satirical with it, it is a brand new piece of work. And I always thought that the original creators would get even more traffic if we used and remixed their stuff. You know, that's what I always thought. But that's the thing, guys. I highly suggest that you study fair use. It's not always easy to understand it at first, but keep after it. Keep trying to digest it. It's an important thing to know because not only do you not want to get in trouble, get demonetized, or get any strikes, but knowing fair use opens up a brand new world of creativity for you. It lets you know what you can and can't use in your own material. And it can open up a lot of creative avenues if you know what's legal and what you can and can't do. But that's exactly why. That's exactly why most of the time, if we are reposting someone else's short or we're doing green screen on it, that's exactly why you can't see the whole thing. That's exactly why there's words coming over the top of it. That's exactly why there's transitions and there's my big old face moving in and out every few seconds. Because it's illegal for me to share someone else's video for that long without transforming it, without adding value to it, whether it irritates people or not. If you want to watch just that whole video of that particular, then you need to go to their channel, not my short. My short is a transformed version of their material. And these are the things that people don't understand about fair use and green screen and things like that. But yeah, if they're just putting a little old tiny speck of a face on there and reposting content, I wouldn't imagine that can be monetized. And I would imagine eventually they'll get a copyright strike. Because yes, if that's all they're doing, that to me is plagiarizing in a way, because you could barely even see their face. They're not really transforming the original video. You can't even see their face reacting. They're not doing a voiceover. They haven't put any text. They haven't asserted any new ideas. They haven't transformed it in any way. So, yeah, that little tiny face isn't doing shit. It's just showing off that work of that other creator and driving all the traffic and views to your short. Meanwhile, it takes away, people will be lazy. Why would they go watch that original content if they could just watch it on your short or your channel? You see what I'm saying? So you want to make it where they can't watch. You want to make it to where it's known that, hey, this is my presentation. This is not about Mr. Beast or, whoever's content I'm borrowing that's so popular. I'm incorporating little scenes from their work or something they have to say in my presentation. And I want you to listen to my point that I'm trying to make. That's kind of what that's about, So, yeah, I'll probably end up doing a long form video, combining yesterday and today's live with this information in it and what I've learned this far on my YouTube journey. Let's see, before I go, who's here? See who's still here. Oh, hi, little birdie. Oh, now when it's time for me to end the live, the road crew is done. They've turned the noise off. The bee went away. What the fuck, y'all? Seriously? Thank you, Dr. Dixit. Thank you. It says I look cute today. I appreciate that. Well, I thank you all for dropping into my live. The Wasp is back. I appreciate everyone for participating and dropping by to say hello. This Wasp is determined to get me, you guys. Hola. Just call the cops. Call the cops on the road crew. They're fixing the water main. Or call the cops on the Wasp. I don't know. Yes, I'm American. I am from the southern United States. I love it that people are talking about the 80s. I love that comment about the 80s. Yay. Okay, well, it's been a good live today. I've had fun. It's been a strange live. I have been chased by wasps. I have had to avoid noise. I've had to move around. Had people talking about my toes. And I even showed you guys my pedicure. That damn wasp. So I think that's it for today. That's pretty much what I wanted to cover that I did not get to talk about in yesterday's live stream. The green screen and fair use. And, again, I don't know everything there is to know yet about fair use. You know what I'm saying? There's still more to learn. You can always improve. You can always improve yourself. There's always new stuff to learn. And so that's what I'm doing. Just taking it in little bits and pieces at a time that I can digest, practicing those things, getting good at them, and then learning more from there. editing can be hard. It really can. But I feel like it does add value to our presentations, our videos, and our work. You know, it's great if you can come up with all the creativity on your own and, make it how you want to make it. But people have been doing this forever, borrowing other people's work to back up our own work or to add value to our own work or substantiate our own points, using sources. It's just like when you have to write papers in school. Well, you have to have sources that back up your claim, your proposal, whatever, and you have to cite those sources properly. And it's kind of the same thing. A lot of times we use borrowed works and we use other people's content, clips of it, little bits of it, to do that very thing in our own creative work and our own projects and our own points we're trying to make. That's basically what it's for. And that's okay. That's legal. That's not plagiarizing. Adding it to a brand new presentation or using it to substantiate or add a little bit more value or spunk to your own creation. And again, I am still learning this myself. I'm still practicing, making shorts, making long form, incorporating fair use techniques, sometimes using green screen and having to make sure that I am transforming things into my own new presentation with my own new thoughts. I've had to grow at that over time. Or like the photography that I borrowed, the photos of Selena or Gia or Shanann Watts, those photos don't belong to me. And so I kind of had to get away from just putting photos on a video and letting it look like a slideshow. That's not enough. And I know sometimes people just want to see those photos, but in order for that to fall under fair use and me not just stealing photography that doesn't belong to me, I have to transform those photos, or I have to put them into my own presentation where I am reacting, I'm making points, I'm having a discussion, I am using transitions, I'm using music in many different ways to transform those works so that they're not just, here's these photos, they're being presented by me, and it looks like that's my work. Those are my photos, or I have the right to just show that, you know what I'm saying? So, and I still make mistakes. I'm still learning. So I've really had to learn and grow and move on and move up from doing that and do a lot more. All right, guys, I'm going to clip this one off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love doing live stream because you can really just let it rip. You can just talk. And once you get warmed up and start talking, then all the other ideas come. And yeah, doing live is great. It's fun. All right, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping in. Everybody be blessed.